Hey, sweet friends. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the Folded Note podcast, and thank you for being here. And we have another birthday today. Today is my Aunt Laina's 81st birthday, and I've been thinking about something all week. I have only seen my aunt one time since I was a child. My mother, she moved us away from her side of the family when I was about 3 years old, all the way to the other side of the United States. I saw my aunt when I was maybe 11 or 12. That's the last time I can remember. And that was it. Over 30 years have passed. She doesn't really know me, but here's what's remarkable. She impacted my life deeply. We often think that influence requires closeness, and we think impact requires constant contact, but sometimes it only takes a short season, especially in childhood, for someone's example to leave a permanent imprint. I remember her faith. I remember her steadiness. I remember her love for God. And even though we didn't grow up together, those early memories have stayed with me. My aunt is a woman who has always put God first. She's involved in her church. She leads Bible studies. She's active in women's groups. She serves. She studies. She stays planted. Even now in her 80s, she is faithful. That kind of consistency leaves a mark, and I don't think that she has any idea how much her example has stayed with me. That's what I want us to talk about today. You may not know who's watching your life. You may not know who is noticing your faithfulness. You may not know whose childhood memory includes your steady walk with God. But God sees. Hebrews 6 verse 10 says, "For God is not unjust to forget your work and labor of love." Nothing lived for Him is wasted. Some people influence crowds. Some influence quietly. My aunt may not know the full story of my life, but her example was part of the foundation God later built on. And I've come to realize something. We don't have to be constantly present to make an impact. We just have to be faithful. Maybe you feel unseen. Maybe you feel like your quiet obedience doesn't matter. Maybe you wonder if your consistency is making any difference at all. I want to remind you today that it is. It is. Your children are watching. Your nieces and nephews are watching. Your friends are watching. Your coworkers are watching. And even strangers are watching. Even when they never tell you, that imprint remains. And legacy is not built in grand gestures. It's built in showing up, in staying rooted, in putting God first, and living what you believe. That's what leaves a mark. And Aunt Laina, if you ever hear my podcast, happy birthday. Thank you so much for living faithfully before God. Thank you for the example that you may not even know that you set in my life. Your life has mattered more than you realize, and again, thank you so much. Now, friends, you don't have to know someone deeply to impact them deeply. Sometimes the greatest influence is simply a life lived consistently before God. And God uses that more than we ever see. So today, keep living faithfully. Keep serving. Keep studying. And keep putting God first, because you may be shaping a life that you don't even know is watching. Let's close today's note with a prayer. Father, thank you for the faithful people that you place in our lives. Help us live in such a way that our example reflects you, whether we see the result or not, Lord. And remind us that nothing done for you is ever unseen or wasted. In Jesus' name, amen.